folks. This is Sarcasm Speaks. Jared and Bob coming at you. We got an action-packed show tonight. We were just talking like literally seconds ago before I hit the record button. There's a ton of stuff that we can do with this episode here. First, I want to do a quick check-in on the Joe Rogan situation, because we talked about it in the last episode. We've talked about it in a previous episode before that. So when we last recorded, it was that night, right? So it was Sunday. So Sunday night, Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, it was midnight Pacific time. So we weren't.
Yeah. So Portnoy met or did a live stream with these brothers who run this media company that he purported, or not him, but he retweeted someone else who purported that they were the ones behind the Joe Rogan attack, I guess you would say, social media attack. It's not a physical attack. Let's not get confused here. There's very few people in the world that could attack Joe Rogan and survive. One, because he's like a fucking 17th level black belt in jiu-jitsu, national champion in taekwondo, and also he has multiple security guys who are ex-special forces. So if for whatever reason anyone could get past a special forces guy, cool. Now you have to get past the guy that holds the world record for the hardest kick ever. Like ever. He beat, I think, well, no, actually it might be second place now to Francis Ngannou. I think Francis Ngannou beat Joe Rogan's record. He like kicked on some, I don't know the term for it, but it's like a legit version of that thing that's in the arcade. You know, when you step up to the arcade and you punch it and it tells you like how hard you hit it. It's like the real version of that. Joe Rogan held the record for strongest kick PSI in the world on that machine forever until, like I said, Francis Ngannou walked in, and Francis Ngannou is a fucking behemoth. So did you watch any of that stuff?
Nope. Didn't watch a second of it. I wanted to. I actually did. I was genuinely curious to see how it was going to go, but yeah, I didn't catch 1 second, nor will I now at this point.
You didn't miss a ton. I would say good on Portnoy for attempting to meet with them, because so it was 45 minutes long. I watched the whole thing. I would say the first 15 minutes is like borderline unbearable, because all they're doing is yelling at each other. Portnoy's trying to say something, and then the three of them are just railroading him every time he tries to talk. The oldest one is the one that's the lawyer, right? I think you can tell just the way he goes about saying things. And he tried to get Portnoy in like a gotcha moment, like later in the episode when he was like, well, you said that whatever he said, like whatever it was, well, earlier here when we were talking, you said that. And Portnoy's like, no. First of all, that's not what I said. And two, you're taking it out of context, because this is this. So I think for a 3-on-1, Portnoy did about as good as you would have expected. Like I said, the first 15 minutes were brutal. The middle part was okay. I think they had some decent discussion. And then by the end of it, it was like the last like 10 minutes, I think, was like they all realized that they really weren't going to get anywhere. So they just kind of like started saying their points over and over again. It's cyclical. But it was fine. Like I said, nothing groundbreaking came from it. They obviously denied everything. They stretched it too, right? Like I said, the oldest brother was a lawyer. So he's like, oh, this Wokel, you don't even know who they are. Like they could be a totally fake account. They're purporting that me and my brothers are part of some secret cabal and all this. Like they're using the crazy extent of what they're saying, right? Of what this Wokel account was saying, rather than focusing on like, do you guys not run a super PAC that supports Democratic candidates? Because that's what Portnoy was saying. He was like, well, you guys are a super PAC. Like, this is what you do. You donate to causes and stuff. And Portnoy kept trying to be like, you're going to tell me that if Joe Rogan walked in lockstep with what mainstream media was saying, that all of this attacking would still be going on? And they like didn't answer. There was like, and like, there was at one point, this part was hilarious. You could probably honestly just find a clip of it somewhere. I think KFC actually put out a clip of it. It's better than watching the full 45-minute thing. But Portnoy they were talking about obviously Rogan using the N-word and all this stuff. And then Portnoy just kind of like randomly is like, well, you know, you say all this stuff, Rogan's recorded, the ones I've said have all been recorded. I have physical evidence of one of you three using the N-word in casual text conversation with a friend. And then the oldest brother is like scoffs at it. And he's like, oh, what are you even saying? And like the middle one, who looks like Ian McPoyle, is fucking just like, that's what, and then the third brother, who it turned out being, said nothing. But this is why I think when KFC did the clip, like he zoomed in on that third brother, and it's funny when you watch his face, because Portnoy goes, yeah, no, I have physical evidence of this. Is anyone here involved with someone named Lexi? And that's when like the other two were like, what? And then the third brother kind of like, his eyes kind of like dart, and he like laughs, like, you know, you give like a nervous smile.
Yeah.
And then they start talking, and then he goes, no, well, is anybody here involved with Lexi? Is that your wife, your fiance, whatever? And then the youngest brother eventually pipes up and goes, yeah, my fiance is Lexi. And then like, they just kind of like change the subject. And Portnoy is trying to be like, I have evidence. Someone sent me a screenshot of a text message of something or whatever. So that was funny. That part was really funny. So then they immediately changed the subject, but Portnoy brought it up again towards the end of the interview. And that's when I think they were like, all right, well, we're not getting anywhere. We need to end this. But if you pay attention, I said this to Sexy Chris, if you pay attention to how they talk, I think that it's all about fame. It's all their attention whores. And that Wokel account said the same thing, right? That press release that Patriot Takes put out was very like, this is what we do. We got this million views.
It's millions of views.
Yeah.
they might have brought that up twice in the first 4 sentences.
Yeah. So the brothers also at first denied that they had anything to do with Patriot Takes. And then they were like, yeah, we're partners, but like, we don't do anything with them. It's like, well, Portnoy's like, well, you're partners. Like on the Patriot Takes Twitter, all it says is related to MeidasTouch. Like that's that group. It doesn't say anything else. It doesn't say like, you can find us here, you go there, all this, like partners with MeidasTouch. That's it. So that was part of like the bullshit where it was just a waste of time because they denied everything. But like I said, when you listen to them, how they spoke about certain things, I was like, they only care about eyeballs. Like they just want to get popular, I think, at this point, because this is all from the oldest brother too. Again, the lawyer here. And he's like, this is towards the end. He goes, Dave, I really appreciate you taking the time, to come meet with us and talk with us and all this. I think it was good for everyone involved to be able to see this. If you ever want us to come back on your podcast, we'd be more than welcome to come on your podcast or anything. Like they're inviting themselves on a Barstool podcast. I know we've talked about this literally in the last episode and prior. You and I aren't big Barstool guys, but that doesn't matter because Barstool is probably top 5 most popular in the country, if not the world, right? Like Rogan's number 1. I don't know. The Daily, I think, is probably
if you want to consider,
they have a conglomerate.
I would say, right? Them as a media company. They're one of the biggest media companies in the fucking world.
Right. Correct. Now combined, they probably still don't do what Rogan does, but hey, whatever. Maybe they do. Maybe they do, because they have like 22 shows on their network.
Yeah.
All that takes is 1 million views per show, and that's double what Rogan gets. So I don't know. Maybe they do. But so they're inviting themselves on a Barstool podcast right there. And then he snuck in silently, like not silently, but he snuck in like, oh, if Joe ever wanted to have us on his podcast, we'd go on there too and talk to him about it. It's like, all right, now you're trying to get yourself on the Joe Rogan show. Yep. So it's like these guys, if you pay attention and you read between the lines, to me at least, it seems like they're just attention whores. Like they're in it to get famous, right? So were they behind it or not? I don't know. But it certainly seems like they were.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that they were the ones that hit fucking tweet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they run Patriot Takes, that Twitter account.
No, but they for sure could have come up with the social media strategy.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's like, I'm sure they work very closely with that, whoever it is that does run Patriot Takes. Because then they try to go, their whole thing was, we didn't make that video. Alex Jones made that video. Whatever. Yeah. They're saying all this stuff. And it's like,
why do they keep bringing up Alex Jones?
Yeah. Well, because Alex Jones did make the video.
Okay.
But Patriot Takes is the one that resurfaced it and started putting it out there.
Why did Alex Jones make the video?
A few years ago, him and Rogan had a spat. This was when Alex Jones was going through some shit.
Yeah.
I don't follow him closely enough to know if he really talked about it too publicly, but I think he got bad with definitely alcohol. I don't know if like certain drugs were involved. I think Rogan might have said something to him as a friend to be like, hey man, you need to get your shit together. Alex Jones wanted to come back on the Rogan podcast, and Rogan flat out told him no. So because of that, Alex Jones was like, Rogan's a shill. Joe Rogan, he works for the government. He's been corrupted. He's a shill. He's taking money from the government, like doing that, like his Alex Jones thing. But since then, he is sober. Well, he's recently started drinking again. Like right around election time, because he was on a podcast. He was on the Drinking Bros podcast, and he started drinking with them. And he was like, I've been sober for a couple of years now, but fuck it, why not? And then it's like, oh boy, you just opened up a fucking can of worms.
Yeah, it's like all this snow again.
Right. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if Alex Jones has ever publicly talked about it, but because like I said, because I listened to Rogan a lot, because he was on the Drinking Bros podcast and talked a little bit there. And because like I know little bits and pieces, like I'm kind of having to connect the dots on my own there. So it was a fact that him and Rogan were in a little bit of a feud. It was mostly driven by Alex Jones, because Rogan was like, dude, like you need to calm the fuck down. Like you need to chill the fuck out with all the shit that you're saying. As a friend, like he was trying to talk to him as a friend and be like, dude, maybe you should stop drinking so much too. So I think that's when Alex Jones released that video.
Okay.
But,
so I didn't realize it was an old video.
Yeah, it was from 2018 or 2019.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So that's that. I mean, it was interesting that Portnoy got involved, kind of on behalf of Joe Rogan.
Well, also remember,
Portnoy claims that they're also behind what they tried to cancel him.
Yep. But also remember, what's Dave Portnoy doing?
Oh, marketing.
Getting attention on himself too.
He is, if nothing else, he is the best marketer in the world. Like,
well, no, it's also an opportunity. It's an opportunity for Portnoy to swoop in, defend Rogan, use his platform. Just another way to make himself more popular.
Yeah, yeah. Because Portnoy even talked about, he reached out to Rogan because he wanted to go on when he was going through the whole stuff originally with Business Insider.
Yep.
He reached out to Rogan or Rogan's people, I guess, and said he wanted to go on to like tell the truth about the Business Insider thing, and no one ever got back to him. So Portnoy did say that, and he prefaced that, and he was like, I have no ties to Rogan. And that's when he said, I asked to go on his show and no one called me back. So I have no reason to defend him other than like, I think this shit is fucked up.
And they fucked him.
And they fucked him. Yes.
If he's correct, they fucked him over.
Right. So that was that. I mean, nothing crazy. Like I said,
he's also his lawsuit's official too now.
Yeah, I saw he filed it in Massachusetts, which is interesting. I don't know if it's because Barstool. I don't think Barstool is still headquartered here.
No, but he lives here, doesn't he?
Does he?
Doesn't he live in Nantucket?
Oh yeah. That makes sense then.
And didn't it happen in Nantucket?
Potentially. Allegedly? I don't know how lawsuits work. Like, I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if they have to be filed in the state that you live in the state that the business resides in, or I do truthfully have no idea how lawsuits work.
Well, it shouldn't have any, well, it doesn't even have anything to do with Barstool because it's all personal stuff.
Oh, right. I also don't know what the whole thing with Business Insider is either. I know they made up a fake story. Or
no, they wrote
allegedly.
A hit piece. They wrote a hit piece that alleged him of doing this, that, the other thing, and it wasn't fact checked. And it's all like sexual assault stuff. But
that's what I figured. So I didn't know the details. All I knew is that Business Insider put something out, and then he fucking ripped them for it and said he has the facts to prove otherwise.
Yep.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't know any specifics other than that. But yeah, it's interesting. You know. Like I said, I wouldn't waste the 45 minutes to watch the whole thing. I would find a clip of it somewhere. But what else we got? We got well, speaking of Rogan, while we're here, I listened to one of his latest episodes with Randall Carlson, who's truthfully, I don't know what he does. What would you say you do here? He's an archaeologist, or I don't know, something with space, maybe. I have no idea, but it was a historian. Let's go with archeologist.
What does it have to do with space?
He talks about space. He talks about asteroids. Because part of this episode
archaeologist. Isn't an archaeologist like digging in the dirt?
Yeah. He looks for like old cities and shit. He had a really interesting theory on the city of Atlantis, like where Atlantis could be. That was pretty cool. But the main thing, the reason why I brought it up is because they spent like 45 minutes talking about like extinction level events and how the world has been, he literally used the word lucky. We've been lucky that we haven't had anything happen in the last, I think it was 20,000 years or something like that. We haven't had any major extinction level events. And he's like, we don't think that that's very common. Like, we think that, you know, usually you're looking at somewhere between, I forget the exact numbers, but call it between 8,000 to 10,000 years. There's something that happens, and we're on like the 20,000 year. So, he's like, something could be coming. And then he listed, they went through, I don't know if he has a website or NASA has it listed or whatever, but he was reading every single headline of an article that was talking about all the near misses from asteroids or comets or any of these things that have like almost hit the earth. Like, there was one of them in like 2018 that got so close to Earth that it was closer than the moon. Like it came that close to hitting us. And he's talking about how like it doesn't need to be that big because, and he gets into like, you know, physics and trajectory and shit like that. But like if it's smaller, but it's traveling really fast, it can still fuck you up like bad. Right. And he used the example of a bullet. And he goes, if I stand here with a bullet and I throw it at you as hard as I can, nothing really is going to happen. But if I fire it out of a gun, traveling at thousands of feet per second, it's going to kill you. It's going to go right through you. So he's like, you know, there are some things that exist that are out there that aren't that big, but they move really fast. So it's super dangerous. He also said that there's a solid chance that if and when the planet gets hit by an asteroid or a comet or whatever, we won't be able to see it coming until it's about to hit us. Because he said the way certain things move, they travel past the sun, and it's the sun's gravity that, like, you know, slingshots them around and does the shake and bake slingshot move. So if the comet comes by the sun and starts like firing towards Earth and it's going to be a direct hit, we can't see it coming, because in order to see it coming, you'd have to look directly at the sun. And we don't do that for obvious reasons.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. So he's like, there's a very real possibility that if something were hurtling directly at us, we wouldn't be able to see it. And he used it like the heliosphere or something, because it has to do with the sun. But it's the sun would block it out and prevent us from being able to see it. So most likely, like, we would see it and be like, ah, shit, that thing's going to hit us like tomorrow. So
just now, I'm going to dispute that without any actual education or knowledge of the subject, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allow me to.
Sure.
So this guy's telling me that we have these brilliant people at NASA. We have these brilliant people that study space and space type things. And because something might come in line with the sun, we won't know it's coming. Like, there's no radar, or there's no graph, or there's no metric, nothing. It's in line with the sun. So we go, ah, shit. Well, you know, it's in line with the sun.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. That's what he's claiming.
I don't know if I'm buying that.
Yeah.
Like, we can detect things in orbit. So you're telling, but again, it's in line with the sun.
Well, it would be traveling like with the sun at its back.
Yep. No, I got that part.
You know what I mean? So you can't.
We have no way of determining that this thing exists with all the people that study space. And
yeah, I mean, maybe
shit.
He's wrong. I mean, there's a solid chance he's talking out of his ass.
I mean, unless it's moving, unless it's, but I was gonna say, but I would say unless it's moving so fast. Okay, he's an archaeologist talking about fucking asteroids.
Yeah,
I'll say, but if it's moving so fast, then we wouldn't have time to see it. But then it wouldn't matter if it was in line with the sun, because if it was moving that fast, we wouldn't be able to see it from anywhere.
Yeah, I guess so. The thought behind it, and he talked a little bit about this, was we know certain things that exist out there, like certain comets and certain asteroids, and you can project their path, right? So you're like, you know, this is the path it's going to take. This is Earth's orbit, whatever. This is all stuff, all kinds of shit. So you can kind of figure out when and if and how you're going to get hit. But it is weird, right? If you can't see anything that's behind the sun, or maybe, I don't know. I'm also not an astronomer. I'm neither an astronomer or an astronomer. But maybe I don't know if we can see anything that's behind the sun. Because the sun's so fucking big, right? Maybe what he's saying is it's coming from behind the sun, an angle that's behind it, and then it would, use the gravity to like bend around and then come at. I don't know. I'm making shit up just like he might have said.
Sounds like a magic asteroid.
Yeah. But
Like
he
the
said
magic loogie in Seinfeld.
it is very likely that if and when we were to get hit by something, we wouldn't see it coming. And maybe I can go back and re-listen to that section of the podcast.
Dude, you don't have
and
to
actually explain it. But like I listened to this while I'm doing other shit today, and it's like, you're like half listen, but you're piqued interest, so you're paying attention more, but it's whatever.
Dude, the people aren't coming back for our accuracy. That's for damn sure.
No, that's for sure. Yeah. What was the other thing he was saying? Oh, that there's a time where there's comets that lines up with Earth's orbit twice a year. Once is in June and once is in October. And he said that last October there was a comet or asteroid, whatever the fuck it was, that was hurtling towards Earth as a near miss, and it was shaped like a skull. Like they pulled up a picture of it on the podcast, and Rogan was like, "Holy fuck, that looks exactly like a skull. Like that's terrifying." So that was a near miss. And then I don't know if you remember, because I don't know if I exactly remember if it was last year or 2 years ago. In the summertime, there was like some sort of weird event that happened in Russia, like in Siberia, where like they thought there was some sort of explosion, and it leveled like a huge section of forest in Siberia. And they thought it was Tesla. Like there was rumors going around that like Tesla was testing something, or it was like a satellite, or they were trying to blame it on Tesla. So this guy, Randall Carlson, is like, I think it was actually this group of comets that passes through Earth's orbit twice a year in June and October. So that's another thing he was saying, like one of those could eventually end up hitting us.
Yeah, you know what? But we keep hearing that, and it never does. So fucking bring on the asteroid.
Yeah, which was part of the reason why I brought it all up anyway, where I say, cool, bring it on. Let's go. Sign me up. I'm ready for the asteroid.
It's just like this is like, I know we've joked about this with like the bomb techs in the military, but it's like even like Friday when we had like icy roads and rain and people like, oh, you can't go out. Oh, you're going to cancel classes today. It's like, oh, well, how are you going to get home? Bro, I'm either going to get home fine or it ain't my fucking issue anymore. It's like one or the other.
Right.
Like, I really don't give a fuck. Once you like release yourself from fucking giving a shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And like, oh, one day we're going to get hit by an asteroid. Yeah. And it won't be our fucking problem anymore.
Right. Yeah.
It really fucking won't. Or you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll either be fine or it won't be your problem anymore.
I'll tell you what, though, I don't know if I would want to survive that. Because then they were also talking about like volcanic events. Like there could be some sort of massive volcanic eruption that's an extinction level event too. And I'm sitting there listening to all this, and I'm like, yo, I don't know if I want to live through that, to be honest, because that would be fucking miserable.
Well, I would say when the volcano erupts, just run at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a real shitty way to die, but I mean, I don't think I've earned a better way to die.
Yeah. I mean, except for when the volcano that erupts is in fucking Indonesia.
Yeah, that's too far.
And then we die because of fucking nuclear winter.
Is that like regular winter? Like, how does that compare? Is it like a dry winter?
It's winter all the time. They actually talked about that.
So it's Canada?
In 18 something, call it 1815. Making shit up.
Not an accuracy. We're not here for the accuracy.
It was sometime in the 1800s. There was a 1 or a 2 year stretch where 5 volcanoes erupted all over the world. And because of that, there was so much ash in the air. It was a year, they call it the year of no summer. So there's records of the United States because it was the 1800s. And they said there was a record where in New England, they were celebrating the 4th of July and it snowed. it snowed on the 4th of July because of just the volcanic ash that was covering the sky. Because it's like constant clouds, right? So like you got to imagine if the clouds get so thick all over the earth, that means the sun can't get through, which means the shit's going to get real fucking cold. That's the only reason why we exist is because of the sun. So if you block the sun's rays from coming in, shit's going to get real cold real fast.
1816.
1816. All right, let's go. I was
Not
close.
bad.
I said,
but it was in
1815.
Indonesia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, hold on. Okay, so the year without the summer was 1816, but the volcano erupted in 1815
Yeah. Yeah.
in Indonesia.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. We should hope for more of that, right? I imagine winter year round. That's fucking miserable.
According to historian L.D. Stillwell, Vermont alone experienced a decrease in population of between 10 to 15,000, erasing 7 previous years of population growth. First of all, that is not a lot of people.
No.
7 years of population growth. Vermont only added fucking on average 2,000 people a year.
Well, I mean, you got to imagine too, Vermont at that time in 1816,
borderline uninhabitable.
Well, no, it probably only existed for what, 30 years tops?
I don't even know.
I mean, the country, like 1776 is when we like beat the British. So I don't know what number state Vermont was, but like maybe they became a state in like the 1780s.
Early something.
Yeah. So, you're looking at 20 years.
But
Vermont existed for 20 years.
But if that volcano never erupted, we never got that year without the summer.
Yeah.
Among those who left Vermont was the family of Joseph Smith.
Oh, God.
Who moved from Norwich, Vermont, though he was born in Sharon, Vermont, to Palmyra, New York. This move precipitated the series of events that culminated in the publication of the Book of Mormon and the founding of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Dude, if those volcanoes don't erupt, we get no Mormons.
Yeah. That's
like that.
Wild.
We get no Utah, right? Utah wouldn't be a state, would it?
Yeah, it was only created so the Mormons could live there.
Like there'd be a hole in the middle of our country.
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. That's one of those like crazy statistics, like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
That's wild. Imagine he just would have became like some weird cult leader in Vermont. And maybe Vermont would have seceded. Yeah, like imagine.
Here's another thing. So I'm looking at as many thousands of people left New England for Western New York in the Northwest Territory in search of a more hospitable, climate-richer soil, better growing conditions. Indiana became a state, Illinois 2 years later. Did anybody just go fucking south? Like,
No.
Did anyone just move south?
No, they're idiots.
Like, hey, and I know we don't have the knowledge, but like you kept going west. And it's like, I know we probably didn't know about the equator back then, or I assume they didn't, because why the fuck wouldn't you just go south?
No, I'm pretty sure they knew what the equator was.
In 1815?
Magellan and all those
so
fucking
why the fuck did everybody go west? Why the fuck didn't they go south, where it's warmer and nicer and you can grow things and the soil's better? They went west.
Oh,
why the fuck would you go to Western New York?
Because they didn't want to have slaves. That was
Western New York.
That was
wow. The climate's really bad here.
War.
The weather's really bad in New England. Where should we go? Buffalo. Like,
yeah.
Like,
yeah,
are you shitting me?
Makes
are you shitting me? That's where they decided to go. I would love to know where the Northwest Territory was. Fucking Wisconsin.
Yeah, probably. Or like Toronto.
No, because Northwest
Canada?
Territory, no, it's still US. Oh yeah, no, it's like Ohio, Michigan. It's Big Ten country. That's the
Okay.
Northwest Territory.
Yeah.
Wow, we're looking for better living conditions. You know what we should do? Go to the Great Lakes region.
Yeah.
It's not cold there.
Yeah. The weather sucks here. We should go to Ohio.
Like, fuck me, dude.
Yeah. Well, they weren't a learned folk back in 1816. Clearly, because they followed a 16-year-old who created a story about fucking Jesus and golden tablets.
But we also got Frankenstein out of it.
Ah, Mary Shelley?
Yep.
She was from Vermont?
No, it had nothing to do with Vermont.
Oh.
So the incessant rainfall during the wet, ungenial summer. I don't even know what the fuck these words mean. I think the weather sucked.
Yeah, yeah.
Forced Mary Shelley, Percy Shelley, Lord Byron, John William Polidori, and their friends to stay indoors in Switzerland. Inspired by a collection of German ghost stories they had read, Lord Byron proposed a contest to see who could write the scariest story, leading Shelley to write Frankenstein.
Huh. Wow. So this one volcano did a lot of things.
Yeah, it gave us Frankenstein and Mormons.
And Mormonism.
And it was a precursor for Dracula, too. A lot of good headspace.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you make people go through winter forever.
I mean, it was a year. Like,
yeah.
be it, I would fucking jump off a bridge, but.
Well, imagine the weather, how it's been this week for an entire year.
Yeah, like I said, I would.
Yeah. That would be fucking miserable.
I would have absolutely launched myself off a bridge.
The snow in July, like the snowing on the 4th of July, I would have been like, all right, it's time to pack up and move to fucking Texas.
Yeah, but would that change anything?
I don't know. It's time to pack up and move to fucking
Papua New Guinea,
Colombia or something. Like no one ever gets tired in Colombia. It's weird. Everyone always has so much energy. It's such a great place to live. I could do a year of winter in Colombia. That would be great. Bet down in Medellin. I could hang out in Medellin for a year if it's winter all year long.
Yep, you'd probably make it too.
Yeah. I wouldn't even know it was cold out.
Yep, you wouldn't even get murdered. Oh wait, you definitely would.
Yeah.
You know what though? They probably would look at you and go, "Nah, he deserves to live. Fuck him."
Yeah. They would give me this fucking cocaine Narcan that they're developing. Have you heard about that? This is twice now. The NIH is back in hot water for testing drugs on beagles and dogs. Remember, like, this is like 4 months ago at this point. Remember Fauci, it came out that he was running some sort of tests on dogs, and everyone was like, fuck Fauci, but like the news wouldn't talk about it. So then people forgot
So weird.
Forgot about it. Do you remember we talked about it?
No, I don't, but
well, we did.
Okay.
But now, so this is the second time, and both times they've been beagles. So what they're doing, the NIH is what, Fauci is in charge of. They have a bunch of beagles wearing jackets that administer cocaine to the dogs, like constantly. The whole point of the trial is to give the dogs enough cocaine so that they overdose. And then they're trying out the Narcan for cocaine, essentially, is what they're trying to do. Because obviously we have Narcan for heroin. And now they're back in hot water. They're like, fuck the NIH, fuck these dogs. But again, mainstream media is not covering it. It's just like Drinking Bros podcast and like a couple people on Twitter and like some other things. And I bet you so many people don't even know about it. So Fauci's a fucking cunt.
Apparently we've talked about it and I don't even know about it.
Yeah, see? Anybody that does fucking science experiments on dogs, you can be hung by your fucking toenails as far as I'm concerned. dogs and kids. Like those are the two things you don't fuck with. You don't fuck with dogs, and you don't touch kids.
It's David Sills. He's he's mean to old people, dogs, and kids or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do whatever you want to anybody else. I don't care. But don't fuck with dogs and don't touch kids. Other than that, I would fucking kill you myself if I had the opportunity. So, yeah, fuck the NIH. Fuck Fauci, that fucking cunt.
I can't believe he's sitting there doing those experiments himself.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Can't believe it.
Yeah.
Fucking dickhead.
Well, since we're here, I posted this on Instagram, on our Instagram account today, since we're on the whole, political run right now. It came out today. The Biden administration is going to fund crack pipe distribution to advance, quote, racial equity. They're going to provide smoking kits to vulnerable communities. You want to know how much this program is going to cost the United States government?
Too much.
$30 million to give people crack pipes. That's where our tax dollars are going right now. $30 million worth of our tax dollars are going to give crackheads new crack pipes because it is supporting racial equity.
I don't get this.
Well, it's obvious. White people have nicer crack pipes than black people. So the government has to step in and provide everybody the same crack pipe so that no one feels left out.
Please tell me you're misunderstanding that, and that's not actually what's happening.
No, that is what's happening.
Please tell me.
I shit you not, dude.
Please tell me some info is not coming through. Like it cannot. It's what?
I posted this headline on our Instagram page today. So I know this episode comes out on Thursday. So if you're listening right now, I posted it on Tuesday, February 8th. The headline of this title, again, Biden administration to fund crack pipe distribution to advance racial equity. $30 million program will provide smoking kits to vulnerable communities. So they're going to distribute crack pipes.
We're giving crack pipes out?
Yes.
Because it's racist? So crack pipes are racist?
Yeah, not having good crack pipes is racist. Literally the first sentence in this article.
So the quality of your crack pipe is like a fucking pecking order out on the streets?
Yeah, apparently.
They look at you, it's like, where'd you get that crack pipe? The government.
So this is great. This is awesome. The very first sentence in this: the Biden administration is set to fund the distribution of crack pipes to drug addicts as part of its plan to advance racial equity. The $30 million grant program, which closed applications Monday, will begin in May, will provide funds to local governments, all this stuff to make drug use safer for addicts, yada, yada, yada. There's funds for smoking kits and supplies. These kits will provide pipes for users to smoke crack cocaine, crystal methamphetamine, and any other, quote, illicit substance.
Aren't those things federally illegal?
Yeah. Yep. However, good thing you brought that up, because the one thing I saw today was issuing drug paraphernalia is federally illegal unless it is distributed by the government. Wrap your head around that one.
I am so confused by all of this.
Yep. But there's more. The HHS, what is that? The Health and Human Service Department of Health and
I don't even know.
Something, whatever. The HHS said that the kits aim to reduce the risk of infection when smoking substances with glass pipes, which can lead to infections through cuts and sores. Applicants for the grants are prioritized if they treat a majority of, quote, underserved communities, including African Americans and LGBTQ plus persons, as established under President Joe Biden's executive order on advancing racial equity. So the areas that are riddled with crack and methamphetamine will only be getting new crack pipes if the predominant population there is Black or LGBTQ, which is, let me refer back to my original statement, was it's obvious that white people have nice crack pipes and we need to give Black and minority people better crack pipes because it's, it's racist.
Shouldn't we be getting them to not smoke crack?
No, why would we do that?
I don't understand.
I don't know what there is not to not understand. It seems pretty straightforward to me. You know what?
Doing crack. So here's my only thing. Like, if I just like go outside, walk to the nearest police station, and I start smoking crack, I believe that's an arrestable offense. That's criminal. I believe.
I believe so. I believe you're correct.
But if the government gives me the crack pipe, is it still illegal?
They need to be like branded. Like they need to say like US government on them, like fucking like all the old World War II like meal kits, whatever, like everything said US government on them. Back in the day with government cheese. Yeah. Like the cheese they sent out said US government. Like it needs to be labeled US government on the crack pipe. Like it's got to be etched in there.
So that's what I want to make sure of. So it's like if I want to go smoke crack and I do it out of a Coke can, illegal, right?
Yeah, in a Motel 6 parking lot.
So crack out of a Coke can, bad.
Yes.
But if the US government sends me a crack pipe, good?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
I'm just trying to make sure I got all my...
Because otherwise, wouldn't that be entrapment?
I'm so confused. It's almost like... It's seriously, it's almost like, hey guys, robbing a bank is illegal, but we're going to send out a vault lockpicking kit.
Yeah.
And it's like... what am I supposed to do with this? Well, it's all in case you rob the bank, you'll do it safely.
Yeah.
Isn't it illegal? Like, dude, like, I don't know. This is a new one. I do not fucking get this at all.
Yep.
Talk about just like punting too. It's like, well, we could fight against drugs or encourage it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I just find that wild. You know also, what though? I got a hot take. It's our tax money, right? You know what? I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about it. I want to be mad about it, right? Like I want to be like 30 million. Hey, trust me. It's not $30 million of my money because I don't make nearly it. I won't make $30 million in my lifetime. But it's fun to imagine that a part of my tax money that the government is taking from me is going towards crack pipes for crackheads. And I want to be mad about it, right? Like but I'm sitting here and I'm thinking and I'm like, you know what?
How many crack pipes am I entitled to?
I would rather my money, my tax dollars, go to some crackhead getting a really nice pipe than any politician that exists ever. I'm fine with that. So you know what? Maybe we need to expand this program. Maybe we need to give all drug paraphernalia to everybody in the country. Let's just become a country full of fucking drug addicts. And then maybe things might get better. Maybe we could at least bond over drugs. Right? Because everyone hates each other now because one person wears a red tie and one person wears a blue tie and one person votes this way and that person votes the other way and everyone hates each other. Well, if everyone's on heroin, they're probably going to really get along with each other pretty well. So I say we expand the program. $30 million isn't enough for this.
We should make it federally mandated because everyone loves mandates now.
Yeah.
It should be mandated that you have to smoke crack with the U.S. government crack
out
pipe.
of a government crack pipe. Yeah. Where do you buy a crack pipe like normally? Like, is that something that you have to make?
Spencer's. Dude, you can definitely get a crack pipe on Hampton Beach. You absolutely could.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like those shops.
Yeah. But
No,
you gotta
go,
like
you gotta go to like a head shop.
It's not like a weed pipe. You know what I mean?
It's got like the little cup.
It's got the ball at the end of it. It's typically like just glass, like with that ball at the end, and then they fucking, I don't know how it works. You put the crack inside. I imagine
cook it.
There has to be some sort of exhaust hole, right? Like you're not just gonna like inhale fucking, I don't know. Clearly you can tell I've never done crack before, but
it's gotta, there's gotta be,
I just don't understand.
You have to have a vessel to cook it.
Yeah.
So someone went to high school with found his father's crack pipe, and I remember it was like green with like a metal cup kind of thing on it.
Huh.
I don't know. I'll Google it.
Yeah.
How to use a crack pipe.
I'm going to Google, where can you buy a crack pipe? The FBI guy on my phone's going to be working.
Yeah, dude. So,
now.
Okay. So the one with
dude, you can buy a crack pipe on Etsy. Dude, it's literally the first thing that pops up. It says buy 2, get 2 free.
Yeah, so I mean, so the one with the ball, which is the easiest one. So you got the ball. I don't know if or where there's an exhaust, but you cook it and then that's what you smoke. So then the one with the cup on the top, you light the top and smoke it like what you would consider a traditional pipe.
Okay. Huh.
Actually, I guess Ireland's doing this too. They're handing out crack pipes.
Interesting. Yeah, hey man, like I said, if you're going to be blowing $30 million of our tax dollars, fuck it. Give it to the crackheads. It's better off. It's safer with them. At least you actually know what it's going to be used for, right? Instead of like the hundreds of billions of dollars of our tax money that goes and gets funneled through like fucking Raytheon and Lockheed Martin and all of these random fucking Northrop, whatever military contractors, where like, we don't know what that money's making. It's making some sort of crazy fucking robot that's going to kill everybody. I'd rather the money go to the crackheads. So
the exhaust is on the top of the ball.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Just thinking about like how a weed pipe works. I knew there would have to be some sort of exhaust somewhere.
By the way, I guess giving out crack pipes is not like a new thing. Vancouver does it. Ireland does it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess it's a good day to be a crackhead then.
Yeah, I guess so. It's also a good day if you are sick and tired of this fucking COVID shit, because we're getting there. We're moving. Like I said, what was this 2-3 weeks ago now? I took I didn't take a victory lap. I'm still not taking a victory lap, but I'm getting ready. I'm putting on the victory jacket. You know, I'm putting the windbreaker on right now. I'm getting ready. 4 states yesterday announced that they're dropping mask mandates for schools.
Which states?
New Jersey,
Okay.
Connecticut, Delaware, and Oregon.
All right. So that's actually New Jersey, Connecticut. The other two, not so much. The only thing that is that they're all blue.
Yeah.
So
well, the funny thing about that is the red states have already ditched it.
Yeah, no, they haven't. They never had it.
Yeah.
They made it illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not going to see a red state drop it anyway. But there's two that are getting closer to us, which is more significant.
Yeah.
But my only thing still, which is why I'm taking a dump in your windbreaker before you put it on. You can't take a victory lap when where we live, because truthfully, none of this else matters. Like, when you say, oh, COVID's over, Denmark got rid of all their mandates. Like, well, we don't live in Denmark.
Right.
The same way we don't live in Texas. Like,
yeah.
In Massachusetts, you still need to show a card in Boston, theoretically.
Yeah, I'll get to that. That's going to be my final thought.
Mansfield just put a mask mandate in, like, the other day.
Right.
Like, towns are adding them around here.
Yeah.
Not getting rid of them. So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what to make of it, because, like, I know Cohasset public schools, they told everyone from the very beginning, you don't have to wear masks if we hit an 80% vaccination record.
Yeah.
And they did. So they don't have to wear masks at school. Other districts aren't doing that. I don't know. So until things start to, like, actually move and shake around here, I'm not ready to give up on anything. Anything's possible with these fucking morons.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the one good thing is, I would say, where I live, in North Attleboro, no one gives a fuck about any of that shit around here. It was funny. Like, I'll talk about this in my final thought today, but when I went to Boston last week to get fitted for Bill's tux for his wedding, we were talking about something. They were all talking about masks, or, like, he said something about, like, a mask. Like, oh, because I walked in and I just didn't have one, because I was like, I don't know. What do we need? Whatever. No one's going to fucking say anything. It's just us, because it was just us that had it rented out. And then, like, he was like, oh yeah, I said something, whatever. And it goes, oh yeah, with this. And then, you always got to have it on you and all this. And I go, no, I don't. He's like, what do you mean? And he's getting ready for me to be like Timmy Tough Nuts. And I was like, no. Like, I'm not trying to be like a dick. Like, nobody around where I live gives a fuck about masks. Like, nobody wears them in any of my surrounding area of any of these towns, whether it's Attleboro, Foxborough, Walpole. Like, no one gives a fuck about it. Like, no one, nothing. I mean, Mansfield, obviously, yes. But, like, other than that, like, no one really gives a shit about that around here. And I was like, that's the beauty of living 35 miles outside of the city, where there's no giant fucking pussies. We were talking about, that's what it was. We were talking about people saying things to other people, like, like the cunts and the Karens that are like, put your mask on, like, those type of people.
Yep.
And I was like, I've never really encountered that.
I haven't either,
because of just, I don't live in the city. And he's like, oh, really? He's like, I've seen people, like, yell, like, across the street. And I'm like, well, one, that person's a cunt.
Yep.
And two, who gives a fuck? You're across the street. Yeah. Like, it's one of those things. And yeah, but again, I'll get more into that with the final thought. But yeah, it's nice to not have to deal with any of that bullshit around here. But yeah, so those 4 states, Massachusetts also, for what it's worth, February 28th is when the mask mandate expires. So unless
for who?
In Massachusetts,
we don't have one.
Schools. Sorry.
Oh,
schools. That's what I was talking, because, like, that article, that the headline title was schools. 4 states for schools.
Yep.
So February 28th is the current mask mandate expiration for Massachusetts state schools. Whether or not they extend it, I don't know. We have 20 more days. I could see it going either way, honestly. So who knows? But as it stands right now on the books at 8:30 on February 8th, as of March 1st of this year, no more masks in schools. So we'll see. All right. Well, we got all that bullshit out of the way. We got a big football game coming up this weekend. We got
kind of,
some people might say it's the biggest game of the year.
Game of the year.
Super Bowl, which, I mean, we talked about this the other day, and I was like, "Oh, you do anything for the Super Bowl?" And you're like, "No, not really." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I am either." It's like, we're spoiled around here in New England. Obviously, we had 10 Super Bowls in the last 22 years.
Yeah, we got 9. Brady got another one.
Yeah. So, it's like literally almost every other year we have a team in the Super Bowl. Some years it was back to back. Like I'm saying, as an average, it was every other year that we had the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And now it's like whenever they're not in it, it's like, all right, what do we do? Like, I don't really, am I supposed to care about this game? Because I mean, I kind of do. It's the Super Bowl, but like, I don't know. It's different when your team's not in it. And when your team is in it, like I said, on average, every other year for 18 years, you get spoiled.
Well, that's what squares and gambling are for.
Yes.
Just have an obscene liability on it, and everything's fun.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Rams.
Did you get a -4?
Yep. I took it the second the line came out.
Yeah. So as did I.
I wasn't. So my big thing too was, so when I knew, my process was the game ended. I broke out my laptop. I broke the game down the way I had been.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at it and I go, I like the Rams.
Right.
And then as I logged into Twitter, or as I pulled it up, I was going to go in and bet it. And Ian had posted his thing. Just take the Rams now. Don't bother with it. Just just take them. And I was thinking the same thing, because I'm not worried about the line. I just didn't want to hem and haw for 2 weeks about the fucking who I was taking.
Right.
So, oh, well, -4.
Yeah.
Public money's here. Like, just Rams. I'm gambling on the game.
Right.
I like the Rams. I don't know about a total. I would lean under, but who wants to fucking bet an under in a Super Bowl?
Yeah, exactly.
And then, is it the pick I want? It doesn't matter. It's the one I'm going with. Like,
right. It's the one I think is going to win me money.
yeah. It's like, or even if it, and again, if it doesn't, it's like, I don't care. Kids are like, whoa, we'll see if the Bengals win. I go, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I just want something to make it interesting.
Yeah. Like I got 2 squares, $100 a pop. I'm like, well, that would be cool if one of those hit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to bet, so Leo's on tails.
Okay.
So that's a confirmed bet. I didn't put it out there yet, but Leo is on tails.
I heard it here first.
I'll probably take the over in the national anthem. I don't care what the length is. I don't care that, as right now, it's rumored that this person sings the anthem fast. I don't care. Yeah. I don't give a shit. It's not that fucking important.
Right.
Like, you can't handicap the national anthem.
No.
Get the fuck out of here if you think that's the case.
Yeah.
So I'll take the over and hope she fucking stretches it out. I think it's a she. I don't even know who's fucking doing it.
Yeah, I think it's a she.
Yeah. Whatever. And then I don't know what else I'm going to do. We'll see. I'm not
Yeah.
doing the Gatorade though. The Gatorades, I know you hit that twice, 2 years in a row.
I hit
somehow,
it 2 years in a row. Yeah.
but that's an absolute crapshoot.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
How the fuck is it not?
You got to break it down. You got to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not breaking down Gatorade color.
What was it? The second year was the Chiefs that I hit it on. So what was who won the year before? Was it the Pats?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was purple and then red or orange. I don't know. It was one of those. I know the Pats had purple. And then it was either red or orange with the Chiefs. I don't remember what it was.
So what do we so what do you take? Do you take blue because you think it's the Rams are gonna win and they're blue?
No, I saw this thing. I saw this thing with the Chiefs that Andy Reid loves red Gatorade or orange Gatorade, like whatever it was. Like there was this whole thing, like there was a clip of him somewhere because it's Andy Reid, right? People ask him about food all the time. Like that's like the shtick, right? Like because he's fat. Not just fat, he's fucking obese. But so there was a clip somewhere once upon a time where someone asked him. It was almost like they knew, right? It was almost like they knew Andy Reid would be back in the Super Bowl one day and they would want to bet that prop. And I saw that for some stupid fucking reason in an interview one time, he said his favorite Gatorade was the red or the orange. Again, whatever. It doesn't matter what it was at this point. But whatever color that was is the one that I bet on. Because I was like, I don't know. It's the Super Bowl. It's Andy Reid's the coach. He's probably going to have some sort of say. So fuck it. I'll bet orange, whatever it was. And both of them hit pretty good. To be totally fair, like totally upfront and honest, Patriots, that was a guess. That was a complete guess. There was nothing to break down there. Like I know I just said, oh, you got to break it down. Like yeah, it was a total jackass comment. Like I just made that up. The way I hit the Patriots one was I just looked at the odds and I was like, whatever ones were the two favorites, say like blue and fucking red were the two favorites. And I was like, well, that's dumb. Like, why would it be one of the favorites? And then I looked and I was like, oh, well, yellow is such a stupid long shot. And there was a couple in the middle. I think purple ended up being like the fourth. Like if they ranked like 6 or 7 colors, purple was the fourth one. And I was like, it's in the middle. It's got decent odds, whatever. I'll go purple. And I hit. And like I said, the next year I hit because I found this thing that Andy Reid said that orange Gatorade was his favorite. And orange Gatorade, I think orange was the third best odds that year. So they both paid out pretty well. I mean, I only bet probably $5 on each of them, but you know, with the Pats, I probably bet 5 and won 40 and then maybe 130 on the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like nothing wild. I don't think I made the bet last year. I don't know if I bet on Gatorade color last year.
Trying to see if I can pull it up quickly, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't pull it up quickly. Oh, national anthem. Oh, come on. I don't need just give me the over under. Where the fuck is the over under? That's fucking dumb. Twin River better have it. Coin toss. Halftime Super Bowl show. I'm not doing that either.
All right, so I got it here. The last year the Gatorade was blue. Bruce Arians got doused in blue Gatorade. Shout out to BetSided, our buddy Ian McMillan, because this article is from BetSided by someone named Donovan Smoot. So again, big ups to
Gatorade shower. I found it.
So Orange is currently leading the pack on all-time wins with 5 coaches doused in orange Gatorade. After that, the order goes none or clear, which is 4. Blue and yellow both have 3, and then purple is 2. So last year was blue. Oh, damn. Donovan, come on, man. You only say last year, and then he just gives the odds for this year. He doesn't give the full history. I thought it was going to be a history, but whatever. Still, shout out to Bet-Sided because they're cool. But orange is the favorite this year. Orange is plus 200. None is plus 300. Blue is plus 400. Yellow or green comes in at 600. Clear is 7-1. Red is 7.5 to 1, and then purple is 10 to 1. So I don't know. Again, last year was blue. The year before that was probably orange, and then the year before that was purple. So
here's an interesting one to move beyond the Gatorade thing. So I kind of moved beyond breaking that down. I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
Will Stafford be shown in the broadcast in a Lions jersey? Plus 150.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would think he would have to. Yeah, he would definitely be. Right? Like, why wouldn't you because that's the whole thing now. It's going to be like Matt Stafford took him 13 years to get here as a number 1 overall pick. Like, they just show one highlight. Like, even if they just show a highlight of him at the draft holding the Lions jersey. You know what I mean? Like, I could see that.
So fuck. I was just going to say, it's on MyBookie under exotic Super Bowl bets. Nice. Also, here's another one. This is actually interesting. Will Harambe be mentioned? Now, remember, that was the Cincinnati Zoo.
Yes.
Dude, it's plus 690 though.
So
someone came out and said they're playing Bengals, for Harambe.
Yeah.
Plus 690, dude.
That's pretty fucking good. Like, is it like someone already came out and said they were playing, they were going to win it for Harambe?
God, plus 690, huh? Plus 200 for a doink. It's interesting.
Yeah. So I haven't truthfully looked at any of the other props or anything yet.
I haven't either. I think we're gonna go to Twin River on Saturday. We didn't end up going last week, so
yeah. Are you gonna go during the day or Saturday night?
I don't know. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, I might be down. I should go check it out. Saturday's supposed to actually be nice.
I can't think of doing anything better than spending it in a dark casino.
Yeah. I think it's going to be like 50 on Saturday.
Yeah.
So
I might smoke a cigar indoors too. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. I found the history thing of that, but I'm going to look at that.
Yeah.
later.
I'm done on the Gatorade.
Break that down.
I'm done on the Gatorade thing. You can make a one-off video if you want.
Yeah.
Go live on Instagram.
Yeah. All right. So we got, that's it. I mean, that's really it, right? With Super Bowl stuff.
Yeah. I mean, again, Leo's on tails. I'm taking the over in the national anthem.
I'm on the Rams.
And then I'm going to see what else happens.
On the Rams. Yeah.
So congratulations to the Bengals.
So some of the fun ones, like with Super Bowl stuff, is the crossover. The interesting one. So I read this thing the other day that I need to look at, and I need to see if MyBookie is going to do it, or my other book that I use is BetUS.
No free ads, bro.
Yeah.
The fuck is
them.
that?
Yeah, fuck them.
We don't have a promo code for that.
Yeah. But we do have a promo code for mybookie.com where if you want to bet on the Super Bowl, you would go to mybookie.com and use our promo code SarcasmPod when you sign up to double your first deposit up to $1,000. So you want to bet on the Super Bowl this weekend, you go to mybookie.com, use SarcasmPod. whatever money you deposit, you'll get a double. So you throw in 100, they give you 100 for free. Now you got $200 you can blow on the Super Bowl.
And if you do deposit 100 and they give you your free whatever, I think they're giving you a free bet on the coin toss, $20.
There you go. So
I think
there
I
it
saw
is.
that. So you could, if you want tail Leo with tails,
Yeah. I see what you did there.
you could. Or if you want to say fuck Leo, which fuck you, you can take heads.
Yeah. So I saw this the other day. It was a crossover bet of the longest drive at the Waste Management or like Matt Stafford passing yards or something like that.
Is that a real thing?
It has been in the past.
If you see that, you have to let me know.
You have to go the longest drive.
Yeah, they fucking dude, they're playing at elevation.
Yeah, they're at elevation.
Hammer the ball there.
And it's a desert. Like
yeah, dude, they fucking hammer. They have that course has the longest drives.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford probably isn't throwing for 300.
Yeah. So
he's going to throw for fucking 370.
He's going to throw for 500.
Take the prop that'll throw for more than 506.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have to look. I'm not going to be able to find it right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Where'd you find it? Let me know.
But I do know that they do some crazy crossover bets and stuff like that. So I truthfully don't even know if crossover bets would be out yet either. Like that, those might not come out until like Thursday or Friday. But yeah, always take the longest drive at the Waste Management.
Yes, they're fucking statistically longest drives on tour outside of. Yeah, well, they don't play in Mexico anymore. I don't know. I heard that today. I don't know if it's correct, but I think for like regular events, they like statistically longest drives at the Waste Management.
Yeah.
Dry, firm, elevation.
Yep. And then, so the other thing too is I don't know if Ultimate Sports Networks got shut down or not, but I tried to log into my account today and to post my picks for this weekend at the Waste Management, and it said server not found. And I tried a different internet browser, got the same thing. I tried it on my phone. I got the same thing. So yeah, that might be why I didn't get paid. But I guess while we're here, do you want to talk about the Waste Management, or better known as the Wasted Management?
Yeah, so I don't have a ton to break down with it. There's good people playing. We are back to a regular field.
Mm-hmm.
Like good people, good guys are playing. There's one golf course that they play. And I don't think it's like an overly difficult course. I don't know. I'm on Justin Thomas, and Shoffley outright. That might be a little bit, favorite biased, but when good players start playing again, you can't really get too cute with it.
Yeah, when you got a packed field full of guys like Shoffley and Rahm and Cantlay and Hovland and Spieth and Koepka and all these guys, Tom Hoge ain't going to win the tournament.
Well, no, you know what? He could, but he's not going to jump out at you if you're actually breaking it down. So,
right.
I went top 20 on Russell Knox, KH Lee, and then my Hail Mary, James Hahn, who I don't know. I hope he plays this week.
Yeah,
like,
I remember.
I don't know what the fuck happened last week.
Yeah,
but I still like him. I mean, so this time I broke down a bunch of different approach play metrics.
Yeah.
I think the course favors driving accuracy and then around the greens.
Yep.
But I didn't really want to go that route. So
Yeah.
I just kind of broke it down by who I like for the types of shots that are going to be on this course. And those are the guys I like. I like Hovland, although Tita Green, I think it was Tita Green, scared me off a little bit. And he's been playing so well, but he's been playing so well in weird events. So like this is the part of the handicapping that's like it could burn me or I could be fucking right. Like
Yeah.
he won in Dubai, Mayakoba. So like he wins in weird places. So this is back to, did you take him outright or top 10?
Outright.
Okay.
18-1.
Listen, I don't hate him outright because he's a good player, but I'm cautious of him for that reason, which again, I have no metric. There's nothing tangible about what I just said.
Yeah.
I just know he's won in twice in Mayakoba, once in Scotland, once in Dubai, and then maybe Puerto Rico.
Okay.
So he usually beats up on lesser fields typically.
Yeah. So I just was trying to pull this up and I got it, the thing that I wrote. The 5 stats that I looked at for this was strokes gained off the tee. Because that driving accuracy is important. There's a lot of holes that have a lot of weird, goofy shit. Like off the tee, like there's a lot of water, like you got to clear water, or especially on the back 9, I forget what it is. It's 14 or 15 where the whole left side, I think it's 15 because it's also the island green, the par 5. The whole left side along the fairway is just water. So it's like your accuracy off the tee matters. So I went strokes gain off the tee, strokes gain approach, obviously, because that's important. Like you already said that. I went par 4 scoring because this course has 11 par 4s, only 3 par 5s, and 4 par 3s, if that matters. But so I looked at people that do well on par 4s, obviously, because there's 11 of them. And then I also looked at going for the green, which for anyone out there that's listening that cares, going for the green is a stat that's measured in a percentage of greens hit off of the tee on a par 4 or the second shot on a par 5. So on a drivable par 4, do you get on the green? And then also on a par 5, do you get on the green in 2? Like, do you putt for eagle essentially?
Yeah. So it's 3 par 5s and then the drivable par 4 17th, where they all just bury it into the grandstand anyway. But
yeah. And then
free drop.
So then the last stat that I looked at was sand save percentage, because there's a lot of bunkers around the green. There's a lot of greenside bunkers. There's a lot of random bunkers placed in the middle of the fairway. Again, the back 9 here gets fucking wild. But there's a lot of like landing zone, like bunkers. Like there's a lot of bunkers like in the 275 to 290 range, like in and around the fairway. And then also it's in the fucking desert. So when there's not a bunker, they have a lot of like just sand area that's like just there. Like it splits fairways and does weird shit. So I looked at sand save percentage. So out of all that, I'm not going to give you who's on everything, but Victor Hovland is in the top 10 in 3 of those 5 stats. He's ranked 10th in strokes gained off the tee. He's ranked 2nd in par 5 scoring, and he's ranked 1st in the going for the green stat. So I think he's also decent at strokes gained approach. He's obviously not top 10, but I think he's top 20.
I mean, I don't have it in front of me right now. He's up there. Like he's up there. When I pulled when I pulled strokes gained approach and then sorted off of that, he was there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Strokes gained approach. Yes, he is. He's top 20. For the categories that I decided were important for this tournament, little bit lackluster, which whatever, it happens. So yeah, I mean, like, I like the Hovland pick. It's just there were a couple things that warded me off, and I instead went Shoffley Thomas.
Yeah.
For outrights.
Yeah, and I like both of those too.
And then my top 20s, they're longer shots. So this is the thing, is like with the top 20, I still like Shoffley plus 110. It's plus money on him finishing top 20. So I still like that.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
Matsuyama, I think, he's a rough bet top 20. I think it's -1. It's a really disproportionate number because I think they're getting a lot of money on him.
Yeah.
So like his outright is probably in the 18 to 25 or so to win.
Yeah.
But his top 20 is like second or third.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of people are taking him to finish top 20, not necessarily win. Now he always plays well there, not an issue.
But yeah, my only top 20 is Russell Henley.
I also liked
plus
Russell Henley.
210.
There was something I didn't like. I don't remember. I did like Russell Henley. There were a lot of guys I liked, and it's just I warded them out because you can't take everybody. So
right.
If I was doing DFS and I was putting in 150 lineups, yeah, I mean, there'd be a lot of guys. Like Henley would be on a lineup, Hovland would be on a lineup,
right?
Webb Simpson would be there. Like I would go with Rahm, I'd go with Shoffley. Like I would mix and match all these guys. Like, but I'm picking five guys, 2 outrights and top 20s. Thomas probably not worth the top 20. I think he's -140.
Yeah.
Plus he's 11 to 1 to win the thing. So it's like, just roll the dice on that. Like that's all you're doing there.
Right.
So
yeah, I get Spieth as my only top 5. He's plus 450. I'm literally basing this more on his play recently. The only thing is, so he ranks in the top, near the top of a lot of those categories. He's not top 10 necessarily, but I think he's like top 35 in like most categories. However, this was a very weird stat when I looked at it. Jordan Spieth is currently ranked dead last in the PGA in sand save percentage. He's tied at 217th.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So that's why I was like, I can't bet him to win at a course like TPC Scottsdale when there's a lot of inopportunely placed bunkers everywhere, because he's probably going to end up in some of them. And when you're dead last in the PGA in sand save percentage, I can't, but I at least put him in a top 5 at plus 450. I think is decent, pretty good odds. And then I got Bruce Koepka and Corey Connors are my top 10. So I got 1 outright, 1 top 5, 2 top 10s, and 1 top 20. So not bad.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I don't really have much else to say.
Yeah.
It's a TPC course, so it's just big, generic.
Yeah.
There's actually, about the golf course, there's nothing special. It's the atmosphere that makes this tournament halfway decent, and the guys play. So
right. Yeah, the 16th is a fucking shit show.
17 they go for it.
Yeah,
they
17 is the drivable par 4.
I don't know what 18 is though, off the top of my head. I probably recognize a few of the shots, but
yeah, I just looked at the course layout today too. I just don't remember.
I would also be wary, or actually, I wouldn't use this in betting. I would pay attention to who came over from fucking Saudi Arabia this week. Like Bubba Watson finished T2 over in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Now he's Great course history. Bubba Watson. I'm not buying the fucking Bubba Watson train this week. I fucking assure you that.
No, yeah, that's fair. I think it's fair to think those guys might even get off to a slow start, right? Because if they flew out of Saudi Arabia, they now have to fly from there across the fucking world to Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
So now you got to start a golf tournament on a Thursday after flying probably on Monday. Or maybe the entire day on Monday. I wouldn't be surprised if those guys got off to a really slow start.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap this bitch up.
Yep. Mine's going to be quick.
All right.
I want you to guess in 2021 how much Pfizer reported in vaccine sales.
17 billion.
$36.8 billion.
Jesus fucking Christ.
And they only have one customer.
Yeah.
U.S. government.
Yeah. Yeah, that shot isn't anywhere else, right? It's just in the U.S.
I guess not. Maybe abroad, but $36.8 billion.
That's fucking insane.
It's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. Yeah. Got to get your booster.
Yeah.
Got to keep those profits flowing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. All right. Well, my final thought is also pretty quick. So as I alluded to earlier, last Friday, we went into Boston. I had to get fitted for a tux for Bill's wedding. Shout out to Bill. We went out to dinner afterwards. And then one of those things where I was like, oh shit, we're in Boston. And they were like, oh, you need a vaccine card to get in. So I was like, oh, well, I know how this is going to go. So we walk into the first bar, a restaurant really. And Finn and Vinny walk in front of me. Or no, Clovis and Vinny. Finn met us later. So they walk in and I do one of these, like I'm right behind them and like kind of put my hand on the back and scoop by and be like, I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick, guys. I'll meet you. And I like, if the doorman said anything, I didn't hear him. I literally just blew right past him, went into the bathroom, took a piss. And then like, as I was coming out, I saw them like get seated at a table. So then I just went and sat down at the table. Then fast forward to the second bar we went to, did the exact same thing. Stood right behind them, scooted right by, went into the bathroom, took a piss, hung out for a little bit, walked right by, and then no one said anything. So I got through 2 places in Boston after both of them actually did ask for the paperwork. All right, papers, please.
Yeah,
I was like,
papers.
nah, nope, not me. I'm just gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I pulled the old like fucking middle school move.
I gotta take a quick shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Also, it was funny when we were getting the tux fitted. Super nice place. It's on Newbury Street in Boston. And
well, Lottie fucking da, Bill.
Yeah, seriously. And then the guy who's fitting us, great. His name is Leo too. He was a super nice guy. He broke out a bottle of Johnny Walker Black, like a handle of Johnny Walker Black. Well, first he took out 2. There's a red label and a black label. And Bill turns to me and goes, Mello, you're the whiskey guy. Which one? And I go, oh, black label. They both suck, but black label. It's at least bearable. So
is it though?
Yeah, I mean, if it's on ice, yes. The only way I can drink
I'll
black
give you
label is
that.
on ice.
I'll give you that.
Because it's not bourbon. Like that's not, you know what I mean? Like I drink bourbon neat, but I would drink whiskey on the rocks because whatever. Call me a bitch if you want. I don't care.
Bitch.
It's fine. It's fine when it's on ice. So we go. So now it's me, Vinny, Bill, Clovis, and Finn. There's 5 of us. Guy breaks out the bottle, whatever, does the thing, like a handle. We go through, we're getting fitted, we're hanging out, we're just fucking sitting, joking with the guy, doing all this stuff. He was really cool because once it was just us, like we reserved the whole place. He locked the front door and was like, "You guys don't need your fucking masks, just hang out, whatever. Here's some whiskey." Well, at one point, Bill turns to the rest of us and goes, shit. And he looks at the bottle. Bottle's half gone.
Yeah. Hey, well, that's what, dude.
The
don't
5 of
offer
us
it.
ripped through half of a handle of Johnny Walker Black Label. And Bill was like, "Oh man, dude, like, I don't think they really expected to, like, you know, rip through this much. Like, you
Shouldn't
know,
have
we're
offered
just
it then.
drunk assholes." And I was like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. We're paying enough money for a fucking tuxes. Who cares?"
Shouldn't have offered it.
Yeah. Yeah. But I thought that was funny as like, just like a side note. So wear booze bags, and I snuck by the vaccine thing. So sick.
Are you gonna come in through the vent at the actual wedding?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that because I'm in it, no one's gonna stop me. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it's a gamble, but
Yeah, either way, I'll just pull the bathroom move.
just like run by grabbing your ass, being like, "I'm gonna shit myself."
Yeah, I'll be right back. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever. Maybe it'll be gone by then. The fucking mandate. Because everybody,
not with that lady, dude.
yeah,
not with that
everyone
lady.
fucking hates her. So many people hate her.
Yep, this is who you voted for.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. That's what you voted for. So fucking deal with it. Glad I don't live in Boston. But so that's going to do it for us. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, all that happy horse shit over there. Subscribe wherever you're listening. Again, rate, review, all that. Spotify, you can give us 5 stars now. So please hop on over, do that. The iTunes store, all those places. However you're consuming us right now. You can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod, or on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. Thank you to grillyourassoff.com. Use a promo code Sarcasm Pod over there for 15% off your entire order every single time. And until next time, good night, everybody. Oh, and enjoy the Super Bowl, because we won't really talk to you till then. Have fun. Be safe.